let's get to what happened today, because if tomorrow's anything like today, that's going to be absolutely outstanding, because if you're Polish right now, you're ecstatic, because we had two of the biggest upsets we've seen. The first and foremost, a 3-2 win by Rzeszow over Vakifbank, the defending club world champions. 3-2, a win for them in their first ever Champions League quarterfinal match. But you know what, Rob? I think they kind of got away with murder with this.
Yeah, look at those score lines.
I really think they do. They did. Everything in the stat box is telling me, and everything from my eye test is telling me, that Vakifbank outplayed them for the majority of this match, but they just couldn't get the job done at specific times.
Yeah, they couldn't finish it.
They couldn't finish it. It was a very uncharacteristic Vakifbank match, and you could tell by how emotional Guidetti was at the end of the match, and he was very animated on the sideline, that it just, something wasn't working for them today. But man, to be honest, I wouldn't want to be Rzeszow having to go into Istanbul and play them after a match like that.
That's very well said, and that's a great point. So just look at that scoreline. 13-25 beatdown. 29-27, they steal one. 19-25, like, that's pretty convincing. 29-27, they steal another one. And then they steal one in the fifth, because when Guidetti gets like that, when you see him just berating people on the sidelines, so when the urgency really comes in, and like what are you doing? Why can't you figure this out? Like, when that's the tone that I get from him, Vakifbank just loses. And that's I think the only time I've ever seen them have any team weaknesses. And the last time I saw that was last year's Champions League Super Final. He just goes nuts when his team is really pushed back with their backs against the wall in the situations like that. And I just don't love that mentality. It's extremely negative and pessimistic, and it's just not how if I were a player, I wouldn't respond to that very well. So you see the stats here, and there's nothing crazy about Vakifbank stats, because like in those two sets that they won by so much. Like, Gabi's stat line, outstanding. 26 points, 23 for 40. Awesome. Isabel Haak, 60 attempts, which is just crazy high, but really good, 31 points. Ace to error ratio is the only thing that I saw that was really like a separation point for the two teams. Rzeszow, 3 aces, 7 errors. That's really good. Vakifbank, 5 aces, 15 errors. That's a little bit less good. But I agree with you, Everett. I think Rzeszow got away with one here. They've got a lot to feel good about, and they have Coach Stefan Antiga, who coached the Polish men's national team, at the helm. This club has only existed for 10 years. This
and
is
the Canadian men's national team. Let's show some respect to Stefan Antiga in our third place at World League 2017. Thank you very much. To me, I think Antiga is the reason they win this one. Like, it is the classic hallmark of a well-coached team having a good match where they execute the game plan, right?
They get slaughtered too much. You're reading into it too much. I don't think there's that much to it. I think they played great at home crowd behind them. They get away with a crazy fifth set. They make a couple plays, and now if I had to predict it, it'll be just like last year's Vakifbank versus Busto Arcizio series, where Busto took them in 5, like in the first leg, total upset, and then Vakifbank absolutely destroyed them in the return leg. Yeah. This time there will be fans in the stands. That's my prediction. Is a 3-0 beatdown.
The only difference between this series and that series is that in the one that they lost to Busto last year, Vakifbank didn't play great. I remember specifically Michel Barthat was very average, had something like 6 points, right? But in this one, I think Vakifbank was the better team, and they looked it. They just had brain farts at the most crucial of moments.
Yeah, there were a couple really weird service errors, a couple like defensive plays that they should make, and then Rzeszow got some of the goofy lucky breaks that sometimes happen in volleyball. They got a couple very good block touches that they were able to turn into points that match point, great example. It's 14-13. Everyone knows the ball goes to Isabel Haak. Cansu Özbey burns. Right. Özbey burns the block, and I think it was Karabayama, American, by the way, who had a really good performance. Came out of nowhere, got some late lucky reaching touch that Rzeszow turned into a point, and they win the match on that. It was that kind of thing to me. So I wouldn't be terrified about anything if I was a Vakifbank fan. I think they come back to Istanbul next week and just destroy Rzeszow. And again, to reiterate how Champions League works, 2-match series. It's based on the points is how you advance first. So all Vakifbank has to do is win the match in 3 or 4 sets next week, and they'll advance through. If Vakifbank wins in 5, it goes to golden set. If Rzeszow wins at all, they advance and Vakifbank's out. So that's it. And I would be shocked if Rzeszow took a set next week. Really, I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big congratulations to them on this win. I think a program-defining win for their club.
Historic win.
Yeah.
Massive for them. And you could tell how happy they were at the end of it. They got to do it in front of their home fans too. Great story. Probably not going to continue.